The ocean.
A vast, indifferent expanse.
And then, there it is.
A silhouette on the horizon, not merely a ship, but a floating city of steel, an industrial leviathan in perpetual motion. It is a world unto itself, detached from shore, driven by an unseen purpose.
What colossal forces sustain such an entity? What secrets does it hold within its cold, metallic heart?
This is not just a vessel, it is a declaration.
A monument to human ambition, or perhaps, something more, foreboding. Its true nature remains shrouded. For now. Far from the watchful eyes of land, this behemoth operates in perpetual twilight. It never docks.
Never ceases its grim task.
A self-sufficient ecosystem of steel, machinery, and human will. But what are the logistics of such an isolated existence? How does a factory of this scale maintain its operations without resupply, without respite?
The answers lie deep within its labyrinthine passages, in the rhythmic hum of engines, and the relentless pulse of its production lines.
A hidden world, working 24 hours a day, every day. Before processing, there is the hunt.
Not a simple casting of nets, but a sophisticated ballet of sonar and satellite, tracking the ocean's vast, teeming populations.
Deep beneath the waves, sensors scan, mapping the unseen schools. Smaller scout vessels, the ship's eyes and ears, fan out, relaying data back to the mothership.
It's a technological marvel, an almost surgical precision applied to the wild.
But what kind of intelligence guides this pursuit? What is the true scope of this relentless search? The ocean yields its secrets, one signal at a time.
When the target is identified, the true scale of the operation becomes terrifyingly clear.
Massive nets, stronger than any land-based equivalent, are deployed.
Sweeping through vast tracts of ocean, they gather not dozens, but thousands of tons of fish in a single haul. The sheer volume is staggering, a testament to industrial might. Imagine the pressure, the incredible forces at play, as these monstrous nets are drawn closer, laden with an entire ecosystem.
What happens to the other life caught within this massive drag? A question that hangs heavy in the salt-laden air. With the nets brimming, the next challenge is to bring this colossal catch aboard.
Enormous cranes, their cables thick as tree trunks, heave the laden nets from the churning sea. A torrent of silver scales, a living, writhing mass, spills into the gaping maw of the ship. This is not a gentle transfer, it's an engineering feat. Fish pour into massive receiving tanks, their journey from ocean to factory floor measured in mere minutes. The efficiency is chilling. The speed, breathtaking.
It all happens so fast, a constant, controlled cascade. Once inside, the raw material meets the relentless machinery. This isn't a factory with off hours, it's a perpetual motion machine. Conveyor belts stretch endlessly, a serpentine path through the ship's belly. Automated systems, precise and unyielding, sort, gut, and fillet with breathtaking speed. Human hands, though present, work in tandem with the chrome and steel, a grim ballet of efficiency. The air is cold, clinical, filled with the hum of motors and the muted thud of millions of fish moving along their predefined journey. What is the ultimate destination of this processed bounty? Each fish, regardless of size, follows an identical path. Lasers measure. Blades slice. Water jets clean. Every movement is calculated, optimized for maximum output, minimal waste. The speed is almost hypnotic, a blur of motion where individual fish cease to be organisms and become units on a line. It's a testament to engineering, a marvel of industrial design, but at what cost to the biological world it so efficiently dismembers? The questions multiply with every whirring blade, every flash of light on a chrome surface. What is this relentless pursuit of efficiency truly serving? Time is the enemy of freshness at sea. And so, immediately after processing, the fish move into the freezing chambers. Vast, Arctic cold tunnels where temperatures plummet to extreme lows. Flash freezing systems lock in freshness, preserving the catch for months, perhaps even years. Massive refrigeration units, powered by the ship's own colossal engines,
maintain these sub-zero environments.
It's a delicate balance of immense power and precise climate control. Within these frozen vaults, the very essence of the ocean is suspended, waiting. But waiting for what, or whom? The answer is yet to reveal itself.
From the freezing chambers, the solidified blocks of fish are transported to packaging stations. Here, automated systems enclose them in protective layers, labeling them with cryptic codes. Then, they are moved into the cavernous holds, vast, insulated spaces stretching for hundreds of meters beneath the waterline. These holds are meticulously organized, a frozen library of ocean life, ready for an unknown destination.
Forklifts dart through the icy aisles, stacking pallets with a silent, purposeful hum.
It's a logistical marvel, a floating warehouse.
But who are the ultimate beneficiaries of this frozen bounty? Amidst the machinery and the cold, there are humans. Hundreds of them. Their lives defined by the ship's relentless rhythm.
Crew quarters are compact, functional.
Bunk beds, personal lockers, a small desk.
Not opulent, but a necessary refuge from the ceaseless work. These are the unsung heroes, or perhaps, the silent witnesses, to this industrial marvel.
What motivates them to spend months, even years, isolated on this floating factory? What dreams do they carry into their cramped bunks, far from land, far from everything familiar?
The answers remain their own.
Food.
A vital commodity for a crew working such demanding shifts. The ship's galley is a surprisingly bustling hub, a brief respite from the clatter and cold of the processing lines.
Cooks work tirelessly, preparing meals for hundreds, ensuring sustenance and a small taste of home. It's a crucial engine within the larger engine, fueling the human element of this colossal operation. Shared meals offer fleeting moments of camaraderie, a break in the relentless cycle. But even here, the ship's purpose looms large, a constant, unspoken presence.
Deep within the ship, below the waterline, lies its true heart, the engine room. A symphony of raw power, roaring turbines, and gargantuan propulsion systems. It is here that the very energy to sustain this floating city is generated. Diesel generators, the size of small houses, hum with unimaginable force, providing electricity for processing, freezing, and navigation.
The heat is immense, the noise deafening.
It's a place of constant vigilance, where engineers monitor every gauge, every pressure reading, ensuring the Leviathan never falters.
What unspeakable amounts of fuel does it consume? Operating for months without returning to port demands extreme self-sufficiency.
Beyond food and fuel, there are vast desalination plants converting seawater into potable water for the crew and for processing.
Waste management is equally complex. What becomes of the fish offal, the discarded parts? Some might be processed into fish meal, a valuable byproduct.
Other waste streams are carefully contained. This ship is a closed loop, an isolated ecosystem designed to sustain itself, to minimize its footprint while maximizing its yield.
But can any industrial operation truly be self-contained in the wild ocean?
High above the processing lines, the ship's bridge is a quiet command center. Captains and officers, their faces illuminated by glowing screens, navigate through storms and calm, through the vastness of international waters. Radar pings, GPS traces, weather patterns, all converge here, guiding the vessel towards its next target, its next harvest. It's a place of strategic decisions, where the line between hunter and gatherer blurs into a cold, calculated pursuit. They see horizons others never witness. They bear witness to the profound emptiness, and the sudden, overwhelming abundance, of the ocean.
Day blurs into night. Night into day. The lights never dim on the processing lines. The engines never quiet. The nets are always ready to be deployed, the holds always ready to be filled. It is a perpetual cycle of hunt, catch, process, freeze, and store. A tireless machine designed for one singular, insatiable purpose.
The sheer endurance required, from man and machine, is almost unfathomable.
What drives this relentless pace? What is the unseen force that commands this unending journey across the world's oceans, consuming its bounty with such methodical precision. The ship's holds are full. Thousands of tons of frozen fish, packaged and prepared. But for whom?
This colossal vessel doesn't sail to a specific market, it often transfers its cargo at sea to refrigerated reefer ships, which then carry the frozen bounty to ports worldwide. A silent exchange, far from prying eyes. These reefer ships become the final link in a chain that stretches from the deep ocean to dinner plates across continents. The global demand for seafood is insatiable. This is the supply side, a logistical marvel hidden in plain sight. But at what long-term cost? Consider the numbers. Thousands of tons of fish. Processed daily. Month after month. Year after year. A single ship, yes, but emblematic of an entire industry.
The efficiency is undeniable. The scale, overwhelming.
This floating factory operates beyond the visible horizon, beyond national jurisdiction, its impact felt across entire marine ecosystems. What does it mean for the delicate balance of ocean life, for the future of wild fish populations, when such immense power is brought to bear on their world? The silence of the vast ocean holds a heavier weight now. And so, the Leviathan sails on. A ghost in the mist, a shadow on the waves. It is a testament to human ingenuity, a marvel of engineering, a self-contained world designed for singular efficiency.
Yet, its existence also poses profound questions.
Questions about sustenance, about sustainability, about our place in the natural order. It is a mirror reflecting our desires, our hunger, our technological prowess. The factory ship, a silent giant, continues its work, day and night, an unending cycle. Its full story, its ultimate impact, is still being written on the vast, mysterious canvas of the sea.